right, hello kindergarten and first grade. This week we are going to be working on sorting our warm colors. And our warm colors are colors that make us feel like we're by the fire. And so those colors are going to be red, orange, and yellow. So this week you either need red, orange, and yellow construction paper, or you can just stick to your red, orange, and yellow crayons or whatever you have. But we're going to be adding construction paper and scissors and glue this week. So if you have those things, you'll need that for this project. If you don't have those things, that's okay. There is a way to do this project just by coloring it. And so if you don't have scissors or glue or construction paper, that's okay. Just do exactly what I do, but draw it, okay? So what you're gonna do is you first need, we're gonna make a little fall scene with our leaves that are red, orange, and yellow, because in the fall, our leaves change from green to red, orange, and yellow. So the first thing that you're gonna need to do is you're gonna get a blank paper. And I made my little tree stems or tree trunks like this. And all I did was I did like a line up. Doesn't have to be straight because not all trees have perfect straight lines. So I just did 2 lines up. And then I added little lines on the side like this to make it look like a tree. And just go all the way up. Like that. And then you're gonna cut it out. So take your scissors, and when we cut, we wanna cut directly on the black line. So notice I'm not cutting way over here, and I'm not cutting on the inside of the tree, but I wanna put my scissors exactly on that black line. And I'm gonna cut all the way, and I'm going slow. I'm gonna cut all the way to the top, then turn my scissors. And now I can turn my paper. And then I'm gonna cut all the way back down. Remember, stay on that black line as close as you can, like this. All right. And once you have your tree trunk cut out, you're gonna get your manila paper or whatever paper you're gonna glue this on. And I made 5. So you need to make 5 trees. And they don't have to be in any particular order. So if you wanna do like small and then work your way up to big, or if you wanna just do them random, you can. I'm just gonna do mine like this, I think. So you're gonna also need a glue stick. And so here are my 5 trees. If you want, you can put them all even at the bottom like this. You can put them all perfectly at the bottom. You can kind of space them out like this. It doesn't matter because we're gonna put some leaves at the bottom like they've fallen off the tree. So you're gonna open your glue stick, and when you open your glue stick, you don't want your glue to come all the way out. You just wanna do like one little twist. Make sure that you can see the top. And now we're ready to glue. I'm gonna hold my glue stick like a pencil, and I'm gonna turn my tree trunk upside down, and I'm just gonna slide my glue stick all the way down my tree trunk, and then I'm gonna glue my tree trunk down. Now, if you don't have another paper or scissors, you can always draw this on your paper. You don't have to glue it down like I'm doing. So you can draw them if you want. So I'm sliding my glue all the way down. And it doesn't take a whole lot of glue, just a little bit. So slide your glue down, put your tree trunk down, slide your glue, and you want to run your finger over the tree trunk so that it stays on the paper. All right, my last one. There we go. All right, so now I've got my 5 tree trunks glued on my paper, and if I don't have glue, then I at least have them drawn. So I got 5, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be working with my warm colors. And like I said, warm colors make us feel like we're by the fire. So we either need red, orange, and yellow paper or red, orange, and yellow colors. So crayons, markers, colored pencils, something like that. And so what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be ripping the paper kind of like a mosaic. And a mosaic is a larger picture that's made out of small pieces. So I'm gonna take my construction paper, I'm gonna rip a small section, and notice it's just like a little square. It's not a whole big piece that I've ripped off. Then I'm gonna get my glue stick, and I'm gonna start gluing down the pieces that I rip. So if I want, I can do all yellow first. If I want, I can do yellow, then orange, then red. I can do a pattern. Or I can make pieces bigger than others, like this. And you're just gonna glue them down. It's okay if it hangs off the page. I don't have an orange yet, so I'll do orange. And you can either put the glue on the little paper that you've ripped or put it on the big paper. It's up to you, whatever one you like better. So I'm just gonna keep ripping and gluing. Do yellow again. I'm gonna keep ripping and gluing until my trees grow really big and run into each other. So there's the yellow. And I'm using all my warm colors. I'm using all 3, red, orange, and yellow. That one's a little too big and it's a weird shape, so I'm gonna rip that off. And I'm gonna put a little spot of glue. And I'm gonna keep going until all my 5 trees have leaves. When I get done with that, I can make a leaf pile at the bottom like my leaves have fallen. And for that, it's okay if you use a little bit of bigger pieces. So I'm gonna glue some at the bottom because our leaves fall off the trees during fall. And that's why you see a lot of leaves on the ground, because they fall off the trees in fall. And so now I'm just adding some at the bottom to make it look like some leaves have fallen off this tree. Got some right there. And if I want, I can even add a little piece of paper right here to make it look like this leaf is falling off of that tree. And I want to make my trees as big as I can. So I'm going to keep ripping paper and adding on to my tree. And notice I'm just pulling my paper with my fingers. I'm not using my scissors. Putting a spot of glue down and then gluing my paper. Ripping a piece, putting a glue dot, and putting down my papers. Like that. And so now I have a tree with leaves on it. That's all warm colors, and my leaves have even fallen to the bottom. I have one falling on the side of the tree, and I'm gonna keep doing that with all 5 trees all the way across, ripping my red, orange, and yellow paper and putting some at the bottom to make it look like a pile of leaves at the bottom. So you're just gonna keep repeating that process over and over. If you need to see the finished product, then you can go to the picture on Google Classroom. But that's how you do this project. Now, if you do not have construction paper, you can get your red, orange, and yellow crayons and draw red, orange, and yellow circles. Here's my red. Oops. red, my orange, and my yellow. And if you don't have construction paper, you can either add squares of red or circles of red. So I can add red, I can add orange, and I can add yellow. And I'm gonna keep adding just like I would my paper until my whole tree is full, like this. So you can do this with or without construction paper and glue. Okay, and so then I would just keep going until my whole tree is full, and then add some at the bottom. All right, if you guys have questions, then you can send me a dojo message or an email or a Google Classroom message, and I will get back to you. Other than that, have fun, and I will see you soon.